today I have another get ready with me using some of the products that are new. A lot of you guys seem to enjoy when I reviewed the product as well as tried the product for the first time while I did a makeup tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I created this look right here, so if you're curious, keep on watching. Alright, to start off with the base, I'm going to use the Cosrx One Step Moisture Up Pads, and I feel like a broken record because I keep talking about this product, but it's seriously the best way to freshen up my makeup throughout the day. And another reason why I like this one over the pimple pads is because they're a lot more moisturizing. But I do like the pimple pads, and those are actually the ones my brother prefers at night because it helps out with acne. So I'm not going to show you what's on this pad right now because it is quite disgusting, but it's seriously the best way to remove dust. Then I'm gonna follow up with a sunblock, and this is the ACSEN UV Protector Essence. And again, this is another skincare product that I have mentioned before because it's my favorite sunscreen at the moment. It doesn't feel heavy, doesn't leave a white cast, and it feels like an emulsion rather than a thick sunblock that we are all quite used to. But I feel like a lot of Korean brands are coming out with this type of sunscreen these days, which I am all about. So Misha, Innisfree, lots of cheaper alternatives out there, and I'll try to link them down below in the description for you. To prime my face, I'm going to use Erborian's Glow Up Cream, and this one I received from Sokoglam, and I love this because, like the name says, it makes your skin look glowy and dewy. So I love using this because it kind of has a pearl-like glare. But it's definitely a great way to prime and smoothen out your pores. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's definitely a glow on my skin right now, and I am loving it. Moving on, I'm using a chapstick because I like to make sure my lips are moisturized. For base makeup, we are going to start off with the VDL Perfecting Glass Foundation, and the color is in number 2, VO2. And I love it because the coverage is wonderful, as well as it doesn't make your skin look too dewy. I feel like it just naturally has a matte finish to it, which I love. And VDL is known for their base makeup, concealers, as well as some of their pigmented makeup, although I haven't tried it yet. But so far so good. I am obsessed with the foundation, and I heard that their cushion is amazing as well. But seriously, one of my favorite foundations ever. And usually I stay away from foundations just because I tend to break out very easily. But for the month of May, I went back and forth using this foundation as well as my other cushions, and I didn't break out at all. And there were days where I would wear it for over 5 to 6 hours, yet no breakouts, and it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It's very lightweight, yet the coverage, like it's amazing. That was one layer of the foundation, and it already looks like I don't need concealer, but I'm probably gonna need it after I powder, and this is the Lohacell Mineral Powder, which I have been obsessed with. I don't have to use too much of it though because the foundation is quite matte. The Saem is known for their concealer, and I finally tested out one of their best sellers, and I can understand why because honestly, this covers amazingly. There's no blemishes whatsoever every time you use it, so I'll show you guys. You don't even need a lot of it, and the coverage is just amazing. And because I used a powder before, the concealer sticks onto my face better. To blend, I'm gonna use the Puff again, and in the morning, I don't use a cushion foundation, but because throughout the day I like to touch up my makeup, I'll be taking this one around. So I have been loving the 3CE Mesh Foundation as well as the Moonshot one, but today I'm taking this one around with me. But yeah, take a look at the coverage of this foundation. It is beautiful and flawless.
Yeah, dude, that thing is.
So in today's video, I wanted to share about the VDL foundation as well as the Saem concealer, but also the Just Jet palette. And this is something that I received at the launching event, and I am obsessed with the packaging because it's just very luxurious. And
I got to choose all the color that went into this palette, which is amazing. So I went with a highlighter as well as 4 eyeshadows. And the worker there complimented me because she said that when you have more eyeshadows, the palette is worth more. So I'm very proud of this palette. Using a brush, I'm going to start off with the lightest color all over my lids. And I actually swatched these colors before picking it, obviously. And I was so impressed by how pigmented these shadows are. So now I'm going to use this brown one for the outer corner. This is my first time using this palette, and as you can see, the pigment is there after 1 or 2 swipes. I'm using my brush cleaner to wipe the color off of my brush, and I'm also gonna pick up a little bit of this gold to add some shine. But seriously, you don't even need a lot of this product because it transfers perfectly off of the brush to my skin and it won't fall out. And I know it doesn't fall out because I swatched it while I was at the launching event, but yeah, the pigment out of all the Korean eyeshadows that I've tried so far, Just Jeb, amazing, as well as Moonshot. I am biased at the same time. Using another brush, I'm going to use the highlighter right here, and this highlighter is beautiful. You'll see right here. Do you see that? It's so pretty. Yeah. To make my nose look higher. And then a little bit in this. Okay, I didn't add a contour shade to the Just Jeb, even though they did have the option to. So I brought my Innisfree My Palette because I made this like a week before this launching event, or a week or 2 before the launching event. And you can tell that like Just Jeb is definitely going for a luxurious look, while Innisfree My Palette is more for teenagers who want to get started with makeup. So I'm gonna use the contour for my nose. I'm also going to use this to contour my face. It's a very light contour, which I like. For eyeliner, I'm going to use my Kat Von D, and this is my favorite. It's super easy to control, and the line lasts all day. For my brows, I'm going to use Apieu Skinny Browcara, and this is in color light brown. You guys are probably sick of seeing some of the items that I brought, but I just love them so much. And finally, for my lips, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury in Valentine. And the reason why I chose it was because the packaging of Just Jeb really reminds me of Charlotte Tilbury. And of course, the color is beautiful. I almost forgot the blush, and I'm gonna use the 3E Style Nanda blush cushion, and I'm obsessed with this because it feels very cooling, and this is my type of blush for the summer because it is super hot and the color is super pigmented, or not super pigmented, but you can tell you are wearing a blush. So the color here is in Coral, which is my favorite blush color, just because I don't like to go for something pink, red. I just want something a little more natural. So I'm gonna use the Coral. So that's it for today's makeup look, and I wanted to, of course, end it by reviewing some of the newest products that I featured in today's look. And first we have the Erborian Glow Up Cream, or Glow Cream. And Erborian is one of my favorite brands because it makes my skin feel so smooth even after I wash off my makeup. So I just love the quality of Erborian. If you've never heard of it, it's a French-Korean brand, and it's a sister brand to Lohacell. So I have been testing out more products from this line, and I love this because, like the name says, it makes your skin look glowy and pearl-like. For base, I was raving about it, but the VDL foundation, I can understand why it's a cult favorite. So many Koreans love VDL foundations, and I feel like out of all the foundation, like liquid foundations that I've tried other than BB creams, this has got to be my favorite because the coverage as well as it didn't break me out. As mentioned before, the Saem makes one of the best concealers out of all Korean Rose Shop brands, and I have tested out the pot concealer, but I finally tested this one out, and I do want to say that this is something I prefer just because it's more convenient. You could take it around with you instead of needing a brush to apply it, or sometimes when you're out and about, you don't necessarily have hand sanitizer or wet wipes with you to clean your hands, but with this one, you just apply it using the tip, and then you can use a puff to blend everything out. So this has become one of my newest favorite concealers out there. And finally, the Just Jet palette. So today I used the gold, the highlighter, as well as these two browns. Because the event place was so dark, I actually didn't know this was a pink until I came home. But I mean, I don't have pink eyeshadows really, so I'm kind of glad I picked it up. But so far, I am loving the brown. The gold is very subtle, but you can definitely tell that there's a shimmer. As well as the highlighter, it just looks very natural and beautiful. Maybe I will check out more of their products in the future, but yeah, I am obsessed, and I'll probably test this out more throughout the month of June. I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. I'll be linking all of the products I used in the description box, so you could check down there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Annyeong!